I think I would first like to say that we are happy with the pricing. The transaction had many firsts. As your colleague mentioned just now, this is the largest Saudi IPO since 2014. We wanted to make sure that we go out with a price range that is reasonable for both us as issuers and for investors. The IPO garnered a significant demand from a mix of investors locally, regionally, and internationally. And overall, we're very happy with the outcome.
And I think if you have a look at the recent Saudi Aramco bond offering as well, it really just shows how there is a big appetite out there now around the world for assets in Saudi Arabia. Tell me, were you happy with the support that you received, not just on the institutional side, but on the retail side? And could you break that down for me? What did we actually see coming in?
The mix of investors is 57% on the institutional side. The mix of investors is 57% public funds. When I mean public funds, it's publicly licensed funds, not public as in government funds. Public funds, private funds, and discretionary portfolio accounts with financial institutions, licensed financial institutions in the kingdom. We had 26% from government institutions, corporates, insurance businesses, and financial institutions directly, and roughly 17% from investors outside the region. And it's for us that's a well-balanced mix of investors, and it shows the broad level of interest in our story that our story received both regionally and globally.
So tell me a bit about that story, because what we also know is that the government in Saudi Arabia has been investing heavily into new sectors, looking for new drivers of growth, and Vision 2030 is a really, really important part of that. How are you investing into that, and what opportunity does Vision 2030 present to you?
I think the Vision 2030 presents a tremendous opportunity for us. Let me step back a bit. I think our market is unique for a few reasons. Number one is we have a indigenous consumer base, whether it's citizens or Saudi residents, that's young, growing, and globally connected, and has great aspirations. We have a market that is undersupplied from a organized retail perspective. We are at 0.4 in the kingdom in terms of organized retail formats, which is formats above 3,000 square meters, compared to 1.1 globally and up to close to 2 in some of the more developed markets like in the US. But more importantly, the point you mentioned, which is around the vision. The vision, one of the vision policy objectives is to improve the quality of life for Saudi citizens and Saudi residents. So this includes many entertainment initiatives, and I'll give you one example that directly helps our business, which is cinemas. We are launching 15 cinemas across our existing 19 assets, and we'll have more cinemas in our growth assets. So for us, that many of these policy objectives allow us to add concepts that in the past we could not add, whether it's across entertainment and cinema as an example, or whether it's across fine dining. So we're excited. The quality of the product, there's significant room for us to give a hungry Saudi consumer the product that they demand.
And retail is really at the coalface of an economy in transition. I wanted to ask you about a couple of other issues as well. What we see now within the region is growing concerns about the US influence. We see these tensions between the US and Iran, for example. Does that perhaps nullify or mitigate some of the impact that Vision 2030 could potentially have on the economy when you see these rising tensions in the region? How is it impacting your business, and is it a worry for you?
Our business is a long-term business. We manage it and plan for it strategically for the long term. And we have a big faith in the Saudi economy over the medium and long term, and big faith in the Saudi government economic planning and in the Saudi consumer. Our region has always had its fair share of geopolitical tension and geopolitical headlines, but the Saudi economy and the Saudi consumer did well throughout all of these tensions. You have the Iraq War, and you have many other examples where the economy continued to grow and the consumer continued to grow. So we continue to invest for the medium term and long term, and we try to focus on what we can control.
And the stock goes live on Monday, is that correct?
It does, yes, absolutely.
Okay, we'll be looking out to see how it performs. Okay.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.